Hello guys, my name is Nathan Wynn. I'm going to be teaching you guys about inheritance today. By now you should know what a parent class is and a child class. If you didn't know, we'll go over it really quickly right now. Inheritance, you're going to have a parent class and you're going to have a child class, which is going to extend the parent class, inheriting all the attributes from that parent class. I picked this example off the internet because it was a little easy to get to know how inheritance really works. You're going to have the parent class right here called the bicycle class. And what defines this bicycle is the gears and the speeds that it has. And these are two fields that the bicycle class has, and you're going to have a constructor for the bicycle. In this case, it could be gear and speed. And I had an example right here. I made a object called B, creating a new bicycle with 6 for the gear and 21 for the speed. And this right here is just passing in gear to set gear to whatever gear you have and speed to whatever speed you have. And the creator created 3 other methods just in case you want to play with the settings of the bicycle you just created. And this one's applying the brakes, so you want to slow down by 5 miles per hour. You'll put in 5 miles per hour for the method. It'll be, so using the same name as up there, b.apply brake 5. So that'll just bring the speed down from 195. Same concept for speed up, it's just increase it to 105 if you start at 100. And here's your two-string method. This is, he just wanted to return the information that make up what the bicycle really is. So say you want to create a new bicycle class, right? So you want like a motorcycle, you want a mountain bike, you want a road bike, street bike, you name it. You just want a tricycle. No, that won't work. Tricycle would not work. It has to be a bicycle. Okay. You don't want to create tons of new classes. You don't want to make a class name mountain bike or motorbike because you already have the bicycle class right here. You want to use everything that you've already created here. You don't want to create more stuff. That would be inefficient and it's going to take a lot more time. So that's where inheritance comes to play. Inheritance lets you inherit all the attributes from the parent class. This is your parent class and this is your child class. Now, how do we know if it's inheritance or not? Here's your keyword, extends. The child class extends bicycle, parent class. Okay, now the mountain bike already has all the attributes up here in all the methods. You have gear and you have speed, which make up what a bicycle is. It also has these functions as well. It also has this if you want to return the number of gears. But what's the problem with this? Do you see this? Seat height. There's also seat height. So we'll go into that a little later, but you're gonna have to create another two-string method to return seat height. And since we created another field for mountain bike, you're gonna have to create a new constructor to include an extra field. So we have gear, speed, and start height. Okay. Now we're going to say that this mountain bike is a bicycle now. So we have to call the constructor for bicycle, which is using super. Super is just another name for using the parent class. So if you don't want to call it bicycle, you can call it super. It's just a shortcut. Is all. So you're passing in gear and speed from your mountain bike constructor. So whenever you make an object, you're putting in data. So just go into here, go into there. Now, you have seat height. You named the seat height up here. You have start height. That's the name that you're the data that you're passing in for height, and you're just setting equal to each other. That's all you're doing. So, let's say you want to change the height of the seat. We created a method right here, so you can call this whenever you want to change the seat height to a new value. Okay, here's what I was talking about. I want to return the information that makes this a mountain bike. this one is just calling the toString method of the superclass, bicycle class. This is going to be returning the gear and the speed, and you're just going to be adding on the seat height over here. Okay, all right. So if we go down here, we're creating, this is your test class, by the way, your main class. So we're going to be executing your functions, what you need to do. Okay. So you're going to be creating a mountain bike, excuse me, a mountain bike object called MB, short for mountain bike, of course. You're going to be passing in 3 for the gear, 100 for speed, and 25 for the seat height. And how we know that this is a mountain bike? We'll see. Let's compile it. Number of gears are 3, the speed of the bicycle is 100. Oh, look, seat height right there, 25. And just to keep it less confusing, I added in system.println. This is a mountain bike because it has 3 fields. In the future, you'll have to actually use an if statement and check all these fields. If it has an extra field, then you'll see that this is a mountain bike. But this is just explaining the concept of inheritance, so we're not going to go into much further detail about how to actually make this into more of a real world problem. But what I am going to do is start another class for you guys. So up here, I created a new class called motorcycle, and I created 2 new fields that will actually define what a motorcycle is. In this case, I only put 2 extra fields, which is horsepower and number of cylinders. Excuse me. And we have to create a new constructor before this because we just created 2 new fields. So you're going to have gear, speed, start horsepower, and start cylinders, and you're going to call the super constructor for the gear and speed, passing those two data types in, and you're going to also have horsepower and number of cylinders. Now we want to change the horsepower in the future. Here's your method. We want to change the cylinders in the future. Here's your method. Same concept as above. Same concept. Same as this. Just different names. And we also have to update our toString method so it returns the actual correct amount of information that we need to say that this is a motorcycle. And I just added horsepower is plus horsepower, and the number of cylinders power in the motorcycle is the number of cylinders. So if we decomment these and run it, alright, no errors. Number of gears are 5, speed of bicycle is 155, limited to 155 miles per hour, motorcycle is most of the times. And horsepower is usually 85, and the number of cylinders per hour in the motorcycle is usually 2 because it's a twin engine. And I said this is a motorcycle. I hope this clears up any confusions about what inheritance actually is, and I hope you guys really understand what a parent class and a child class, and I hope you guys go into real world and actually apply these principles, because all we're actually doing is just adding into your toolbox and allowing you to mess with programs a lot more effectively. Once again, my name is Nathan Wynn, and I hope I was great help to you guys, and good luck out there.